Hey guys, as you can see, it's sun shining today, which is really strange because it hasn't been sun shining for a while. I thought I'd answer a few questions. I'm getting a lot of questions, and a lot of them the same thing. I know there's a lot of new subscribers. Thank you. I'm honored that you'll go along with me on this journey, on this wonderful journey. And welcome back a lot of the subscribers that's been with me from the very beginning. I appreciate you too. Um, so anyway, I'll get right into the questions. Beth Daniels and her husband asked a lot of questions, so I just said I'll answer them in a video. So here I am, Beth. I hope y'all get to hear these. It says, have I hiked the AT before? And before you started hiking, or had you hiked the AT before you did start your hiking? Actually, the AT was the first hiking I ever did. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I've got many years behind me. I've been on different little hikes, but not like a hiker. Just sort of during the day, walk out and carry a bottle of water, or maybe not even carry a bottle of water because I wasn't going that far. But yes, I hiked in 2018. Had to get off because of my CPAP, not having a CPAP. And we'll go over that again because I'm going to tell you how I did that. But that's the only hiking experience I had. I got to Hot Springs, and then I realized I was so tired I couldn't put one foot in front of the other, and I'll show you later about the CPAP and why I realized I need to get off the trail. So that's the only hiking experience I've had, and since then I've hiked around here some, and I've hiked the AT, which is just up the road, and of course done some hiking in Vogel State Park. So, but that's the extent of my hiking. I have not been a hiker 72 years or whatever. Any bear encounters? No, I've never had any bear encounters. Luckily, I've been close around. Hikers will come through, and southbounders or whatever, and say, hey, it's a mama up there with her two babies, two cubs, so, be careful. And of course, when I get up there, they'd be gone. Thank goodness, and not. I really would like to see a bear in the wild, but even though I've seen them at zoos, I'd like to see them out on the AT, but from a distance. And then, what made you decide to do a YouTube channel? I really started off so that me and Sweet Thing and I could, tell our friends and families where we were and all that. I didn't know anything about YouTube channels, and I still don't know a lot about it. But so that's what happened. We just wanted to let our friends and family know where we were, and I didn't know about subscribers. I didn't know much about anything. But anyway, that's the main reason I started it. And have I had any injuries? No. Knock on wood, whatever. I mean, no, thank you. I've been real blessed in my all my sports career. I mean, I have sore muscles, and I have tight muscles, and we'll talk about that later. That early riser tells you how to after you've hiked and before you hike, about some stretches and some things I do to help keep the muscles from being too sore. And then they ask about books. I read a lot of books on the AT. I probably read every book there's been published on the AT. So I really can't tell you that I have a favorite. I will tell you what there's a girl named, let's see, her name is Hiking Girl, or let's see, wait a minute. No, Ultra Hiking Girl. She was on the AT last year, and she's written a book called Running Through. She's actually a runner and does these long distance running races and stuff. She was real interesting to me because she was very trained up, and so I enjoyed that book. And then, you know, a lot of you are saying, how did you think about slack packing? There's books out there actually on slack packing that I got off it's called the Slack Packer's Guide to Hiking the Appalachian Trail. And I hope y'all can see that. It's probably backwards. But it's Leila Van and Greg Reck, Leliavann, Greg Reck, Reck. So that's the book there. That will tell you different places to get on and get off and what they did and, you know, all that. So, you know, slack packing's not for everybody, or doing it the way I'm doing it. It's not for everybody. The other one that I saw was the Don's Brothers method. I'm sorry. His brother had ALS, and so his Mike Stevens, Stephen's. Anyway, the Don's Brothers method. Everybody called him Don's brother. I guess the brother was older, and they called him Don's brother. So that was his trail name, and this is his method of hiking the AT. So how I thru-hiked the Appalachian Trail and rarely slept in the woods. So you guys that are interested in that, you know, a lot of you've asked me. This is an interesting book, and you might like the Don Brothers method. Okay, so that's the books. Otherwise, just get on Amazon or any of these places, and they'll have all kind of hiking books, and just choose the ones that are interesting to you, and you'll enjoy. And I'm also getting a lot of information. A lot of talk about why I'm pacifier, and the main reason I'm pacifier is this contraption right here. Looks like a pacifier. The premise of this is you put it on your tongue. It sucks your tongue, which it does, and it holds your tongue, pulls your tongue forward, and as it pulls your tongue forward, it opens up your airway so you can sleep. However, at night, and what I found out when I was in Hot Springs, that this little thing was evidently coming loose at night, and I was probably messing with it all during the night, and I didn't know, because you don't know you're not breathing, or you don't know that you're snoring or whatever. But when I woke up in Hot Springs, fighting with this, I realized, I was trying to get it back in my mouth and, all that. I realized that probably I was not, that was the reason I was not sleeping. So, and that's how I got my name. One of you viewers says, I think your trail name should be Pacifier. So that's how I got it. Anyway, so let me show you if I can. So, I don't know if you can see. That's it. So that was $50 off of Amazon. And it didn't work for me. It could work for you. Now I have a real dental appliance that came from the real dentist. That is called, let's see, I just had my little, this will be easier for you to see. Panther, it's like Panther, but with an A on the end, dental. And it was done in Canada. This was made in Canada. And the machine, the contraption the dentist had, you have to go to a special dentist to get this. Not all dentists can do this for you. But talk to your dentist and see if they can recommend a dentist in your area that would do this for you. It's got little like rubber bands here. It does need to be, I think it needs to be this right here holds this right in here. I think it needs to be adjusted. I'm not sure I'm sleeping as well as I did when I first started. And that's one of the things, you do have to get it adjusted. Even though you put new rubber bands and stuff, it still doesn't work right. But anyway, this is what I wear at night when I'm on the trail. And it pulls your jaw forward. You can't tell that while I got it on, but it pulls your jaw forward and opens up that airway, and then so you can not have to. So you can breathe, so you won't stop breathing. But it's worked really good for me. Oh, sorry. It's worked really good for me. And I recommend it if you can afford it. I think I paid $3,200 for it, and that was out of pocket. In the morning, you get up and you get like a bite guard, and you just put that in and walk around for about 5-10 minutes and get your jaw back in alignment. And I'm finding I don't have to do that anymore, so I'm thinking that's the reason this thing's not quite adjusted right. So I need to take care of that. All right, so that's that part. So now you know why I'm called pacifier, and now you know also what I'm using instead of the CPAP. The other book, I forgot to tell you, the other book that's been really good for me lately has been from Trey, which most of us know him as Early Riser 77. Real neat guy that's really helped the community out and helped me out a lot. Was real knowledgeable about hiking. He hiked in, I think it was 2017, and I really followed his hike because I was hiking in 2018. If you get a chance, watch his hike. He's really good about the mental game. And because of that, he has written 2 books, and I don't have them because they're on my phone. I have both of them on my phone, so I can listen to them when I want to. But not only that, I did get Pushing Through as the paperback, but I don't know what I've done with it. I've probably stored it away. In an RV, you don't have a lot of room, so I probably stored it away and I just can't find it. But I have it on my phone. It's called Pushing North. Tame the, whoops, can't even read my writing. But anyway, Pushing North, and it's a lot about the AT and about the mindset, and it's really good to understand that it's most of it's mental, and he's real good about explaining it. And anyway, I highly recommend that book, and I highly recommend his other book, and it's called "It's Time Your Ego or You." It's time to choose, or it's time to choose your ego or you. So you just look under Trey, Trey, free, like free, freedom, FREE, and you'll enjoy that. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to cover in this video. I know it's enough, and I know it's a lot, but just wanted to answer some questions. I will touch upon what's happening with hiking. Right now, hiking's on hold. I do have a day or two that, like today, the weather's going to be in the 40s down here in Blairsville. However, in the mountains, they will not be. At Trey Mountain. And there will still be ice up there, especially in the shaded area. So I don't want to start my hike out and talking about ego. I have to fight with my ego all the time, and part of it is, and we all do, I'm sure. Part of it is, I want to get up there. I met different people, you know, and they're here and they're there, and I want to get up there with them. And I have to remember I'm pacifier, and I have to hike my own hike, and I'm just gonna have to wait this storm out. There's supposed to be another storm coming in this weekend, so I was hoping to at least get to that second parking lot from Unicoi to Trey Mountain, I think it is, and get pulled out. And I think it's about 4 miles, 4.4 miles. And then whenever the weather was clear again, run over there and, and go down, go the rest of the 12 miles, I think, after that. But I just don't want to sleep in the woods right now. The weather, the temperature down here has been, we had it in the teens last night. And if it's in the teens down here, it's going to be colder up there. I just don't want to get in a situation where I am having, get into a situation where getting too cold. We all sweat when we hike, and I'm no different. And so you get wet and damp, and even though you get back at camp and you dry off, but if you've got really high temperature or low temperatures, your stuff's probably not going to dry. And then to put them back on the next morning with the temperature still being low, could be a hypothermia problem. So I don't know enough about that. I haven't had enough experience in hiking in that type of weather. So therefore I am setting it out for a little while. I'm hearing, and I've talked to people up further up this a little, or maybe 10 or 12 miles ahead of me, and they're hearing the same thing. There's one guy that's not even going to think about he's getting off until the 30th of January. So this could be a long deal, and I just want you to know that I'm chomping at the bits, and that's what Greg from Maryland and I were talking about. It's hard to sit here and see it sunshine and thinking, oh, I need to get up there. But I don't want to get injured. He doesn't want to get injured. I don't want to start off with an injury. And I don't want to put myself in a bad situation where they can't get to me and put other people at risk. So anyway, that's my story on getting back out there hiking right now. And I'll check back in with you. I won't leave you hanging, but if you don't hear from me, that's what's happening. And y'all stay safe and warm. It's not just us here in this country. In this part of the country, everybody else is having worse weather than we are. However, hiking for me and being out in it is something I'm not smart. I don't know enough about, so I'm not going to risk putting either somebody else in harm's way and also myself in harm's way for them to come and have to rescue me or whatever. And from what I hear about hypothermia, you may not even know you're in trouble until you are in trouble. So anyway, thanks for listening. Shut up. I'll shut up. Thanks again for the questions. Any more questions? If y'all want to do like a question and answer, I don't know how to do it live, but I certainly could do it this way. And thank you, Beth Daniels and her husband, for asking these questions. I know a lot of people are trying to figure it out. Oh, the other thing is they did want to know how I was doing my hike. What I do is I have a friend drop me off at wherever I am, like at Springer. Drop me off at Springer and then pick me up at Cooper's Gap. Sometimes if it's okay to park, I will take my car like to Cooper's Gap, and then she would take me up to Springer, and then when I hike to Cooper's Gap, I would get in my car and go home. So that's what I'm doing right now. There's a lot of ways to do what I'm doing. You can have someone that you're hiking with, and y'all hike sort of the same speed, and y'all want to stay together and all that. One person could be at the start, whatever y'all wanted to start that day, the other person at the end, and then y'all hike together, exchange keys, and one goes south, one goes north, and at the end of the day, y'all get together in your, either in the hostel or at a place you want to hike, or some people even stay in their cars. I know Red Truck and Blue Truck did that. It was a father-son, and that's what they did. So you can do that. You can also just put cars ahead of time, and then walk to them. So you would either get somebody to take you in, or like I said, if you've got another friend that's got another car, you could hike. Drive one up. Y'all both come back, start there, hike on up again to that first car, then turn around and come back and get that car, whatever. So there's a lot of different ways in doing what I'm doing, but right now that's what I'm doing. I'm lucky enough to be close enough. I'm at 52.5 miles or 52.9, something like that, Unicoi, and I've been lucky to have somebody to be able to drop me off and pick me up. So that's how I'm hiking. All right. I'm really going to go this time. I know you don't believe it, but I am. Thanks again for watching, and y'all all stay safe and warm and dry and healthy. Stay healthy. Be careful out there. Love y'all. Take care. Bye.